Teaching the exposure triangle is way harder than it should be. But when I taught it to my 12-year-old last week, something clicked. She's now creating motion blur, controlling depth of field, and understanding how the exposure triangle works. And the reason it worked is because I broke it into 5 easy steps that build on each other. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you the exact approach that I used so that you can teach any beginner how to understand the exposure triangle and start using it creatively. Tip number 1 is to use simple words. There is a whole level of semantics that you need to know when you're getting into photography. It's like another language. I don't want you to bother your kid with all of that right now. It's more important that they learn how to do it, and then later they can learn all the fancy terminology. For example, aperture, that's just background blur. Shutter speed, that's action blur. And ISO, those are sunglasses. She doesn't care about f-stop. That's just a weird word to her. Step 2 is to break it down into specific parts. The first thing I did was aperture, or background blur. I put her camera in aperture priority, and I told her this will help you make cool background blur that you see in professional photos. And to do that, you'll turn this dial right here. If you want to make it more blurry, you turn it down. If you want to make it blurrier, you turn it up. Right now, the only thing I was focused on teaching her was this one skill. Then I told her to go out and practice that. Take 25, 50 photos, go practice different blurs, and then let's talk about it. Once she mastered aperture, I did the same exact thing for shutter speed. I put it in TV mode, shutter priority, and I taught her that this controls the action blur, which is how blurry or sharp your subject can be. And I showed her how when the denominator here gets bigger, your photo's gonna be sharper. And if you wanna create action blur, so you get a runner and he's running by and he looks blurry like he's moving, make that number smaller on the bottom there. And she went out and she practiced it and she got it. We moved on to ISO. To teach this, I recommend putting it back into AV mode, aperture priority, and then turning your aperture all the way down so that it's wide open. And I taught her. Think of this as like sunglasses for your camera. I showed her how when she makes the ISO number lower, it gets darker, and when it's bigger, it's brighter. We didn't go into grain or anything. I just wanted her to get out there and take photos with the sunglasses. But she walked away from this step having an understanding of what each of these 3 functions in the exposure triangle can actually impact. By the way, at this point in the video, I'm supposed to tell you to subscribe, ring my bell, and give me a thumbs up. And yes, that would be amazing. Ring my bell. But what I really want to do is tell you that if you're an amateur photographer looking to be part of a community to help you grow and share your photos, check out the Big Photo Hunt. It's the online photography community that I started, and it is arguably the world's most friendly photography community. It's really friendly. Which leads me to step number 3, and that's not really a step, it's just a tip. It's too much for a kid, I think, to start pushing buttons and start getting things into that whole mix. Keep them laser focused on those 3 things. The more you can zero in on each one of these, the better foundation you'll have as you move forward. When it came to step number 4, that's when I started integrating things. To start, I only integrated aperture and shutter speed. I put it in manual mode, setting an ISO where it was pretty evenly exposed. And I showed her how if she made the background less blurry, the photo started getting darker, but she could make it brighter then by adjusting the shutter speed, and vice versa. I showed her how when you made the shutter speed higher, the photo became crisper, but it also became darker. So I told her to open up her aperture, and she quickly correlated these 2 things together and understood how they worked. It was really cool. This was all by leaving ISO out of it, which I did next. Step number 5, I added the sunglasses. I showed her how, in addition to making the changes between background blur and motion blur, she could also make it darker or brighter using the sunglasses. And it all clicked. Look, I am no teacher, but I encourage you to try this method with your young or young at heart student, and your child will get exposure triangle. And if they don't, I'll give you your money back. That's a joke because there's no, this is free. But if you do have other comments or tips that you think would help a young person learn photography, please share them in the comments. I want my daughter to continue to grow in photography, and I know she wants to. So I'll take all of the tips and tricks or learnings that you have. And of course, if you're already getting ready to learn composition, I created another video here that's got 5 tips about composition that I think are really helpful. I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all I need to know. It's from, never mind, it's a song from 1989. I'll see you on the big photo hunt.